Haverhill, Massachusetts is the pilot city for a new approach to community news, a co-op publishing company owned not by distant investors, but by hundreds of local people like us, whose motivation is to better our community. It will be called Haverhill Matters, and it will produce quality, professional journalism online and through other media. It will cover the news in ways that meet our needs. It will welcome co-op members' collaboration and offer easy ways for members to join others to work for constructive community change. The primary goal of Haverhill Matters is robust, sustainable journalism. The co-op organization model combined with local online focus are the key to this. The engagement of the co-op members with each other and the professional journalists is essential. Therefore, the scope is limited to a single community where people know each other and the entire membership can easily have meetings if they so choose. Publication through electronic media keeps costs low and engages younger members right where they already are. Haverhill Matters will be the first of its kind, the pilot site for the Banyan Project. It will be the only online news and information site with local focus using the cooperative model. Those are the three essential elements of the Banyan idea. It will be online to limit cost and to remove limits on available space. It will be a cooperative to fund itself in a way that meets the needs of its readers, not distant owners. It will be local because cooperatives thrive on the level of engagement found in communities that have a common sense of purpose. Community engagement is an important part of the Haverhill Matters concept. News needs to be written as though it will be reviewed and discussed. In the case of Haverhill Matters, it will. It is important to publish news that is relevant, accurate, balanced, well-sourced, original, transparent, fair, factual, and informative. With this goal in mind, Haverhill Matters will ask to be held accountable and will teach news literacy in order to have the most critical and informed readers around. There will be a lot of discussions on Haverhill Matters using unique online public forum software developed specifically for tightly engaged communities. Real names are required. Respect and trustworthiness were factored into the design from the beginning. Remember some history that relates to a story? It's safe to bring it up on Haverhill Matters, and you might start a great discussion. Know about a school play coming up? Tell your community and spark a story idea at the same time. Haverhill Matters promises to be worthy of your trust. Local co-op ownership ensures that the professional staff will be accountable to the people of our community. To make Haverhill Matters a reality, we need more of you to join us. This year, we need founding members willing to make a one-time pledge of $250 to begin operations. All of Haverhill will benefit from free news and information, professionally produced in collaboration with the co-op members. Haverhill is a great place. Let's get the news out. The time is now for us to pioneer the community-owned, local cooperative news model. You can be a part. Please join us by completing a founding member pledge form. We're here. We're serious. Please join us.
I joined the Haverhill Matters organizing committee because Haverhill matters to me. It matters a lot, and I don't feel like we have the capacity to be engaged community members in what's going on as much as we would have if we had the right kind of news coverage, if we had the right kind of information. Knowledge is power, and information is part of what knowledge is about. And my hope is, and what I'm trying to help create, is the opportunity for people to be more fully engaged in their community by having that information so that they can act upon it.
I believe Haverhill Matters will fill in a gap in coverage and will inform the Haverhill residents about many great events and activities that are going on and which go unnoticed right now. And I think by its online tools, it will engage a larger community. So when I heard about Haverhill Matters, I got very excited about it, and I wanted to join to help it to become a reality.
I think the thing that I appreciate about the co-op model is that it's news by the community, for the community, accountable to the community. That's different than models where people are accountable either to large national corporations or to advertisers. This is a model that is explicitly community-based, which means it's going to be journalism that is going to be responsive to and shaped by the needs and the story of the community.
A cooperative will produce news differently. It's the members that are key. The members not only help to support the cooperative news effort, but they also, some of them will be actively involved in producing the news. They might have neighborhood blogs, for example. Some of them will have beats.
Haverhill Matters is going to be all about Haverhill and the immediately surrounding communities. Its focus will be upon what the owners or members want it to be, not what some distant owner in some news syndicate from Tennessee or New Orleans or California wants. It'll be local people governing what our news and information service covers.
I think Haverhill Matters will really help promote civic engagement as people realize that they can make a difference, that the stories that they hear are stories about people who live in the city just like them. It might enable folks to feel empowered to do something in their neighborhoods, to be inspired by the other people who are working and living in their city. So I think it would go a long way to helping people really get involved in what's going on in our community. And I think economically as well, as local businesses get promoted, as stories about those businesses appear, people will realize that Haverhill has some great businesses that they can shop at or restaurants that they can eat at. I think it would really help boost the overall economic health of our city.
One reason why I joined the Haverhill Matters Organizing Committee was my dedication to people, forgotten people who live in the forgotten neighborhoods of this city. I believe that in order for Haverhill to take the next step forward to become the city that it's capable of being, we need to experience greater unity as a community. And part of that, what that means is we need to learn each other's stories. We need to hear about what's happening in the different neighborhoods. We need to hear about the stories of hope, the stories of pain, so that we can have a sense that we're not just a bunch of fragmented communities on both sides of the river in different neighborhoods, but that we're one city working together for one purpose and one goal. And what happens in one of our lives affects all of us because we're one city together. The second reason why I wanted to join the Haverhill Matters Organizing Committee was because I think it's a chance for us to put Haverhill on the map in a national way. As old models of journalism are beginning to fade away, we need new models to communicate with people what's happening in their communities. And one of the best ways, I think, to do this is through a co-op model that's built from the ground up. The opportunity for us to become the first city in the entire United States to have a co-op newspaper is incredible. And what we do here could lead the way for what journalists could do across this country in the next century.
The best feature of Haverhill Matter is going to be in-depth journalism. We're going to be accurate, fact-finding, and getting more of the story across so people will be more engaged in this, and we'll set the benchmark.
We're planning on having a calendar of events which would allow people to know ahead of time of things that are occurring in Haverhill.
The great thing about a community-operated, community-run newspaper is that it can give us a sense of unity, that we're all part of the same story working together for the same goals. And it will give us the opportunity to have stories that perhaps would not make the typical mainstream news come to the forefront. Stories of hope from poor neighborhoods, stories about what's really happening in the city at all levels and affecting the decision-making that's going to help our city move forward. Stories that are driven by the residents who are part of the city and have a stake in how the city's going to be in the next few decades.
In a democracy, you need well-informed people. If you don't have that, the democracy will die. And so it's very important how news is delivered in a way that people are anxious to listen, which means real quality and maybe a sense of humor. The real benefit is that fundamentally to have a good community is that people share. both in thoughts, in opinions, in doing things. And that's basically what we are doing.
I'm delighted that Haverhill has risen to the occasion to be the first community in this whole country to try a new approach to community journalism. And it's a joy to work with them to make real the Banyan Project idea that I've worked on for a long time. It's now about to actually happen. The people who have become the organizing committee for Haverhill Matters are among the most civically minded and intelligent, smart, dedicated people I've ever worked with, and it's a joy to be here.
We're going to get to try and do something that nobody's ever really done before. And I hope that that's one of the reasons that you will be involved with Haverhill Matters in the future.
We're here, we're serious. Please join us.